What will this mean for Jews and Christians? Well, if a man comes forward and claims to be the Messiah, the timing with those red heifers, is going to be perfect, because Jews expect the heifer to be sacrificed when their Messiah is here for him to participate. So I expect the false Messiah to reveal himself right around the time the heifer is sacrificed. Now, the heifers are about a year old, but they must be 2 years old to qualify to be the red heifer and be sacrificed. So it would be next year, right around Feast of Trumpets. So a possible timetable for the revealing of a false Messiah would be just prior to the Feast of Trumpets next year. That would be in this Hebraic year, the year of the Messiah from the Jewish perspective, from Feast of Trumpets to Feast of Trumpets, 2022 to 2023. Then it might be followed by a sacrifice of the red heifer a month or two later. If these two things happen, if these two things, which are the main signs that Jews have been waiting for 2,000 years, both happen, expect incredible pressure in Israel to negotiate for the building of a third temple. And hold on to your hats, we could even have a peace deal negotiated in exchange for the starting of sacrifices and the right to build a temple. Next year, this time, we could be looking at those things taking place. How will Christians react? Well, remember that most Christians are not interested in the end times at all. They're currently asleep to everything related to the last days, and they're concentrating on other things. So when a Jewish rabbi declares himself to be the Messiah, expect shock and almost hysteria on the part of those in the pews. And then, when the red heifer is sacrificed, there will be news stories about these events, just like there were in 2017 with the star sign in the constellation of Virgo. Do you remember that? What a huge hype that was. So this story will be all over the news. It will be the Christian news story of 2023. Lots of discussion about who this guy is. Many will think this guy is the Antichrist. And others may actually be swayed to believe he's the real Messiah, especially if he begins to perform fake miracles, as the Bible says. They might leave the faith and convert to Judaism, not knowing this is exactly what Jesus said would happen. Now, how will the Islamic world react to a Jewish Messiah? Just as rabbis have been saying that they've been talking to their Messiah, Islamic clerics have been talking to men that they claim are the Muslim Messiah, the 12th Imam, the Mahdi. Would they then feel pressured to reveal this Mahdi? Sure. In fact, there might be a Shia version of the Mahdi and a Sunni version. So, in 2023, we could have 3 false messiahs walking around on this earth. If we do, this ministry will think that a very, very significant thing has happened. When Jesus described the beginning of the birth pangs in Matthew 24:8, he said, all of these things together are the beginning of the birth pangs. All of these happening at the same time. So we must have wars, rumors of war, famine, pestilence, earthquakes, and false messiahs all at the same time. We've had pestilence, you know that. We're headed for famine. We have war, and the rumor is that it will spread. Now, if we add false messiahs, a couple of them, I'd say we could assume we're in the beginning of the birth pangs. The coming of false messiahs is what I have personally been waiting for to feel this way. So next year could turn out to be very, very significant.